everyone, I'm here with the T-Mobile G2X and we're going to take a look at CyanogenMod 9 for this device. So go ahead and flip the screen on, and we've got the lock screen here. Swipe to the right to unlock, swipe to the left, you can jump right to the camera. And we know the camera does have some issues in this build. This is not the official CyanogenMod 9. This is actually the self-Kang that was posted on RootsWiki by Arky. So essentially what he's done is compile his own build of CM9 from source. He is part of the official team though, so this is really CyanogenMod 9 and what you're going to get, though this is not a finished build, so it is missing a few key settings and does have some bugs, mostly in the camera. As you see, the camera does launch. However, when you actually try to take a picture, it's going to freeze. Some people have gotten around that, posting on the forums by setting the picture quality down to 5 megapixel. I've tried that, but it still ends up crashing. And the same thing when you try to do any video, it crashes immediately. So we're going to avoid taking any pictures. But we'll look around and show you the rest of the system here. It is essentially just like stock ice cream sandwich, though it will have, of course, the CM tweaks and stuff built into it too, though a lot of those are currently missing. So we've gone and created some custom folders here for tools, so you can see like ROM Manager, the system settings, Root Explorer, clock, and calculator. We created another Google folder with the Google services, a photo folder with the camera and the gallery, and a communications folder with the phone and messaging. And swipe across to different home screens here. I just loaded or just flashed this build on the device, so I really don't have much on here. Let's take a look in the app tray. So you can see all our apps there. Swipe to the right to see more apps. Swipe again and bring up your widgets. Swipe again for more widgets. So just for the fun of it, we're going to try to drop a Gmail widget out here. And there it is. Maybe. Okay. So there's our Gmail widget. And we can resize that. That'll take up one entire home screen. And then we're going to long press and go ahead and remove it. So there you see you can drop widgets on, that works fine. There are some bugs with the browser as well as Chrome Beta, which I downloaded. So if we open up Chrome Beta here, there we go, and it'll show some websites that we visited recently, thegadgets.net and RootsWiki. So we're just going to click one of those here and see if it loads. Sometimes it'll load, sometimes it'll crash. It does have some significant problems going through tabs. So we can see the website did launch. If we click on the tabs up in the corner though, it looks like it's hanging and crashing. So it's kind of the same problem we had with the stock browser too. It will operate, but it's prone to random crashes. Of course, this is the G2X, so we have no virtual keys, which you'd see like on the Galaxy Nexus. You'd not find a menu key. However, since this device does have a menu key, CyanogenMod 9 recognizes that, and it brings up some of the menu settings for wallpaper, app manager, and the system settings. I'm going to jump in the system settings and scroll down to About Phone and take a look there, and we can see Android 4.0.3 with the CyanogenMod kernel 2.6.32.55, and the version we can see CyanogenMod 9, though this is the self-Kang G2X build from Arky. So that's back out of there, and we'll scroll back to the top, and we've got our settings here for Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, our data usage. which is pretty minimal right now since we just flashed this ROM. We haven't really used a whole lot of data, but you can see it monitors exactly which apps and services are using which data, and it will tell you how much they're using. After loading in G apps, of course the market used up a lot of data there downloading some of our backed up apps and things. So there we are. Scroll down and see interface options. We have launcher, themes, and system. Some of these are only placeholders right now. You can see there it says preference stub, temporary placeholder until functionality merged. So some of these are not going to work right now. And we have system settings for the notification drawer, combined bar, status bar, lock screen, wallpaper, and to adjust font sizes. And then we have device settings here for sound display, storage, battery, and apps. We'll check out the battery there. This has been running for 3 hours and 40 minutes off of the battery, and it's down to 60% already. So this build is not very good for battery life. Though for performing basic tasks and stuff, the build is fairly stable. Let's go back to the home. If you long press down here on the home button, you get the task switcher. So you can see recent apps that we visited and easily swap between them. Oops. Long press. There's our settings. Long press again, and we can jump to YouTube. We'll go ahead and try to play a video off this. It was listed that this build does have some problems with video encoding and decoding, so we'll just grab one of these that pops up here on the front page and we'll take a look. And that does seem to actually play fine. Okay, so at least YouTube will work. I have not tested it yet with Netflix, though I expect Netflix will probably have its own complications. You can pull down the notification bar there, and you can see up here quick access to your settings next to the date. If you actually had notifications here, you would see an X up in the corner, which functions as your clear all button did in Gingerbread. Otherwise, you can swipe away individual notifications, and you can do the same thing with the quick switcher here. So if you don't want these in memory any longer, you can go through and just swipe away some of these recently used apps. And back to home. So you can see I flashed the G apps package for CM9, which included the Market, Gmail, Talk, YouTube, and the calendar, as well as the browser, which comes stock. And I did download the Chrome beta, which we took a look at, and that's not running real well right now on this build. But I expect by the time this is finalized and we see at least an RC1 package, that all that stuff will be fixed. The biggest problem right now, as your daily driver, would be your camera. If you like to take a lot of pictures with the camera, obviously you're going to have some problems with that. We have not tested any third-party camera apps just yet, so some of those may work, but we're doubting it. Okay, let's go back and take a look back in our settings again. There you can see a Wi-Fi networks that are around us. Take a look at the launcher preferences and see if any of this actually works. You can see the Trebuchet launcher there that the CyanogenMod team has created. Let's take a look at the home screen interface. So there's some options to change options for your home screen, as well as the app drawer, the dock icons, and general settings, which auto-rotates the screen. All in all, though, the build is very stable. It can be a daily driver for most of you as long as you're not too concerned about the camera. If you're going to be doing a lot of mobile browsing, though, that's going to be a problem. As we saw, the Chrome Beta browser does crash a lot, and the stock browser is prone to the same problems. We did load up Amazon.com on it here, and we're able to get around, but it does crash frequently. So there you have it. That is CyanogenMod 9. The latest progress update was posted on RootsWiki last week. Things are coming along fairly well, and as you can see from this build, everything is running pretty stable aside from a few minor things like the camera and the browser. So there you have it, CyanogenMod 9. We can't wait to see it get finished.